I'm going to demonstrate using the layer mask, lasso, and brush tool to correct an image. Many times when you are photographing a group of people, you may have taken 3 or 4 images, and you might find that on one of the pictures you want to use, the person is blinking or his eyes are closed or he's not smiling. This is the way to correct it. I'm going to begin by opening up the first 2 images. One image, the eyes are closed, as you can see. The other image, the eyes are open. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my lasso tool and circle most of his face like this. And Control C to copy. I'll go over to the image I want to put it on. Control V to paste. And we're going to move it into place like this. And I'm going to change the opacity to 50%. And now I'll able to line up. Let's see. I'm going to use free transform Control T to change the angle like that. Then I can move it up into place like that. And let's take the opacity back up. And let's see, might move it there. That's pretty close. Now I'm going to take the background out. I'm going to highlight the first layer. I'm going to go over to Layer, Layer Mask, Reveal All. I'm going to take my brush and make sure black is forward. I'm highlighted on my layer mask. I'm going to paint the black, which is makes it transparent, around the image. Like this. And let's see. All right. I can move this image over a little bit like that. And move it down a little bit. Looks pretty good, except this image needs to be darkened a little bit. It's a little lighter than the one before. So I'm going to go over to Image, Adjustments, Levels. I want to darken it a little bit. And there you go. It's can't tell it's been worked on. It looks perfect. So we'll close this out. And we'll go to our next 2 images. And size them down a little bit. All right, we're going to just outline the eyes here, like this. And Control C to copy. We'll go over to the other image and Control V to paste. Now, as you'll see, this image is bigger than that, so I have to size it down. I'm going to go Control T to free transform. I'm going to size it down to about there. I'm going to change the opacity to 50%, bring it down, line it up like that, and bring the opacity back. And I'm going to click the bottom background layer off. I'm going to make this layer, with a layer mask. Go to Layer Mask, Reveal All. Take my paintbrush, size this down, the brush a little bit, and I'm going to feather the edges like this. Took a little bit too much off this area here. Bring it back with white and black. Take that off. And let's see how we have. I might have to realign that a little bit. About like that. And go back here. And it's a little darker than the other image, so I have to go to my levels again. Image, adjustments, levels. And this time I have to brighten it up. So we'll brighten it up like that. And there you have it. No way you can know that that's been worked on. It looks perfect. So let's close these down. And we'll go to our next image. Now this is a little different because, as you can see, everybody is looking towards the camera here, but in this one, this woman is looking not at the camera. So the object of this is to take this person's face and make her look towards the camera. So we'll go back to the first image, and this time I'm going to take her whole face because it's going to be a different look. So we're going to go Control C to paste, Control V, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and we'll bring it over here. And this head is a little bit bigger than the other one, so Control T to free transform, and we'll size it down just a little bit, and we'll bring it over here. I'm going to go to opacity and lower it so I can see, line up the eyes. And go back. And now I'm going to click off the background and put a layer mask on that layer. Reveal all. Go to my brush, make sure black is forward. I'll make the brush a little bit bigger, and we'll just feather the edges. Took a little bit too much off, so I'm going to use white and come back with it. And take this here. This has to be adjusted there. And I think it needs to be over a little bit to the right. I'm going to highlight that, and with my arrow keys move it over just a little bit like that. I think that works. It looks good. So alright, I got one more to demonstrate. It's a studio shot, and we will open up these two. And on this image he's not smiling, on that image he is smiling. So I want to take the image of him smiling and move it over. So I'm going to take my lasso tool and I'm going to circle completely around his head. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and we'll move this into position. I'll go to opacity and turn it down to 50%. Align it up. Bring the opacity back to 100%. Oh, I see his head needs to be tilted a little bit, so it's to the right. I want to tilt it to the right. Control T for transform. Tilt it this way a little bit. Hit enter. Okay, now I'm going to feather the edges. Put a layer mask on that layer. Layer mask. Reveal all. And took a little bit too much off the chin. Bring his chin back. And there you go. And that's the way you do it. I'll end this demonstration at this point.